Hey, first grade. Welcome to your SEL lesson. Did you know that teachers can't play baseball? Did you know that boys can't paint? Did you know that girls can't run? Were any of those things true? No, doesn't that sound so silly? Today, we are going to read a story that looks at stereotypes. Ooh, that's a big word. Can you say stereotypes? Nice. Stereotypes is an assumption without any proof about what people are like. Everyone has different interests, and it's important for people to be able to choose what they like to do and what they don't like to do. In the story that we read today, a group of kids face a situation where people plan activities for some kids, but not for others, based on a stereotype or an assumption. As you listen to the story, think about how it would feel if you were told that you shouldn't or couldn't do some of the fun activities mentioned in the story. The story is called The Relay Race. Annie stood on her tiptoes and tried to look over the heads of the kids standing in front of her. I still can't see the team lists, she said, turning back to her friends Max, Maddie, and Gabriel. It was the week before the annual Harmony Street Block Party, and the teams for the big relay race had just been posted at the community center in the park. Everyone was eager to see their team assignments. I've never been to a relay race, said Max. What's it like? A relay race has a bunch of different challenges, explained Annie. Each person on the team gets to do a different one of the challenges, and the first team to complete all of them and get to the finish line is the winner. Wow, that sounds like fun. Have you ever been to a relay race? When the kids finally made their way to the front of the group, they were very surprised. Look, exclaimed Annie, pointing at the sign. There's a boys' race and a girls' race this year. It's never been like that before. Gabriel frowned. Aw, now we can't all be on the same team. Max and Gabriel had been paired together on one of the boys' teams. See what Annie meant about the different challenges? Said Gabriel, pointing to the map of the boys' relay race. Someone on our team will go to the first station and throw 3 balls into a basket, and then the next person runs to the second station and counts backwards from 50 as fast as he can. Then someone has to jump over a hurdle, and then the last person on the team has to get on a scooter and race to the finish line. Ooh. So it's kind of like a team race and a team activity. Fun. I wonder if the boys' race will be different from the girls' race. Let's see. So how do you figure out who is going to do which challenge? Asked Max. Well, said Gabriel, I play catch with my parents a lot, so I could do the ball challenge pretty well. What do you want to do? I'm not sure, answered Max, but I wish Annie was on our team too. She's faster on a scooter than either of us. Hey, Maddie, you and I are on the same team together too, said Annie as she looked at the map for the girls' race. Let's see. For our race, you have to jump rope 10 times at the first station. Then look at the next one. You sing happy birthday twice in a row. After that, you have to braid 3 long ribbons together and then cartwheel to the finish line. Is the boys' race and the girls' race the same? You're right, it's not. Annie wrinkled her nose and turned to Maddie. I really wanted to ride my scooter in the race, she said. Well, I hope you know how to braid because I sure don't. No way, answered Maddie. When I tried to braid my own hair, it looks like my cat did it. I always have to ask my brother to do it for me. Max is really good at braiding. So what do you think about relay races this year? asked Gabriel as he and Max came over to their friends. Annie sighed. I don't know why there are separate races this time. Relay races should be for everyone. Besides, it would be so much more fun to do it together. I think so too, agreed Max. We'd be able to try all of the challenges instead of just some of them. As the kids were talking, Miss Denny, the school principal, walked by on her way to the community center. Is everything okay? She asked. There are going to be separate girls and boy relay races this year at the block party, explained Maddie. That's not going to be as much fun, and it isn't fair either. There aren't boys' things and girls' things. All kids should be able to do the same things if they want. Well, why do you think they might have decided to have a race this way? Asked Miss Denny. Said Annie. Maybe they thought we wouldn't want to be on teams together? They might have thought that boys and girls wouldn't like to do the same kinds of things, suggested Max. Or did they think that we're good at different things? Wondered Gabriel. Okay, said Miss Denny. So what do you think about that kind of thinking? Well, said Maddie, I don't think those things are true. I think all kids are different and the same in a lot of ways, and I have fun with all my friends. The other kids agreed. So, continued Miss Denny, what are you going to do about this? The kids decided to talk to the director of the community center. Miss Denny went with them and explained that separate relay races wouldn't be fair or fun. The director said that he hadn't thought about it like that, and he was very glad that the kids had spoken up. Everything should be for everyone, he agreed. Friends, how would you feel if you were a boy and you did not get the option to do any of the girls' things? How would you feel if you were a girl and you didn't have the option to do any of the boys' things? It sounds like the director just assumed that girls wouldn't like to throw a ball, or girls wouldn't like to be on their scooter. It sounds like he just assumed that boys wouldn't know how to braid, or that they wouldn't be able to sing happy birthday. Does that seem fair? I wonder why he would assume that. The director put up a new relay race sign and announced that now there would only be one race that included everyone. The next week at the block party, all the kids in the neighborhood gathered for the race at the starting line. Annie, Gabriel, Maddie, and Max had joined together to make one big team. You've got your hair in braids today, Maddie, noticed Gabriel. Max grinned at him. I needed some extra practice for the braiding challenge. Wait a second. Max braided Maddie's hair? Is that okay? Is it okay for a boy to braid hair? Yeah, why not? Ooh, it looks like Maddie is on the scooter. Is it okay for Maddie to scooter? Sure, why not? I agree. Annie zoomed back and forth on her scooter, and Maddie did some quick cartwheels as they waited for their team to be called for the race. Good luck, kids, called Miss Denny from the sidelines. No matter how you finish the race, you all make a great team together. The kids smiled at one another. We sure do. Friends, what can we learn from this story? Yeah, I heard some really great ideas. Friends, everyone has different interests and abilities. And is it fair for people to decide what other people can and can't do? Who should decide what you can and can't do? Point to the person. Are you pointing to yourself? Brain match. You should be able to decide what you can and can't do. You should be able to decide what you are interested in doing. So let's talk about this. Remember those silly statements that I made in the beginning of this video? Okay, I want you to tell me if these statements are true or false. Ready? Grown-ups cannot play video games. Is that true? You got me. Why wouldn't grown-ups be able to play video games? That's not just a kid activity. Okay, what about this one? Grown-ups cannot sing and dance. You got me again. That's definitely false. Why can't grown-ups sing and dance? Okay, what about this one? Kids can choose to play on the playground. You got it. Kids can absolutely choose if they want to play on the playground. Or what about this one? Kids can choose if they would rather be quiet and read a book. Is that okay? Of course it's okay. Friends, make sure that you keep this message with you today and always. You decide what you like and what you can do. Who decides your interests and abilities? Point to the person. You got it. You can decide. Thanks for listening to my story, friends.